Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, just like the title says, this is Head Voice 101 for my female voices out there. So just like me, I'm gonna help you access your head voice. Sometimes you need a little guidance. I certainly didn't know how to access my head voice when I started out. So this is the video to help you understand what head voice is, what it should sound and feel like when you're accessing it correctly, how to access it, how to strengthen it, and different examples and styles of using head voice out in the real world. So here we go. First things first, what is head voice? Head voice describes where your voice is resonating in your body, which is right here in the sinuses or your head. There you go. You have chest voice, which resonates in the chest, mixed voice, which resonates in both the head and chest, and head voice, which is right here. So when I talk about sinuses, I mean the mask, as it's called. This is the area where most of your sinus cavities hang out, right around the eyes. We are not talking about the nose. So do not sing nasally. If you are singing nasally, please don't do that. This is not the video for how to stop singing nasally. We are singing in our sinuses, not our nose. Okay, now that that's taken care of, what does it sound like? What should it feel like? It should, first of all, let's talk about the feel. More than anything else, when you are starting to sing in head voice, I want you to start to feel the sensation of head voice more than the sound of it. If you are relying solely on the sound of it sounding good, you're not going to succeed initially, because the sound of your voice in head voice initially is always so weird. It's so strange. It's very alien. It sounds like a different person to you. So do not fret and do not be scared if you're doing it right or not, if you are singing and it's not sounding good to you. It's just not going to sound normal to you until you've exposed yourself to it a while. So don't go off of how it sounds, if it should be good or not, if it sounds like how you want it to sound. Go off of how it feels. It should never be painful. It should never feel like you're straining to reach the top note there. You're not trying to reach for the notes here. So you're going to start in the lower part of your head voice. You're not going to try to sing the absolute highest note you can sing, okay? And when you do this, you should be able to sing, I'll show you how to do it in a second, but you should be able to feel like you're a column of air, like you're simply exhaling. So do that for me one time and just notice how it feels in your throat when you exhale. You should feel open. You should feel the air just pass through, right? The same thing should be happening and the same sensation should be going on when you're singing in head voice. So I want you to exhale and sigh. This is how you access it. You might be all over the map. It depends on who you are and how high set your voice is. Do not be ashamed if your voice isn't the highest voice in the world initially, okay? We will get there. But right now, singing with a nice sigh, a relaxed sigh, helps train you to sing without tension in your head voice. Fantastic. Now that you kind of know where it wants to be, you can start maybe speaking there in this really weird fairy voice. It's not the most delightful voice to listen to, if I'm quite honest. It's quite annoying after a while, but it's going to have the quality of head voice and ease that you need. So those two things, it is this kind of silly sounding voice. It makes you sound like a fairy godmother or Julia Child if you put it far back enough. And it is very alien. We're gonna just keep using that word. It just sounds alien. It doesn't sound like you. It sounds like a different body, a foreign person, a foreign entity saying these words, right? So it's weird. Let it be weird. Lean into it. As you're exploring that, I want you to see if you can lip trill in the same area. That's how you can help expand that range, right? So you're hanging out in this little fairy voice and then start lip trilling in that area. If you don't know how to lip trill, let me know. Maybe I'll make a video about it. I'm not going to cover that today, but lip trilling is one of the easiest ways to access the upper parts of your range without hurting yourself. That's the main thing here. We are not trying to hurt ourselves and we are not trying to strain and and tighten and tense. So we're trying to maintain ease. We're trying to maintain our openness as we sing. Okay, so if you're nailing this and you're doing it and you're having fun just kind of going through your head voice, the beauty of lip trilling also is you can lip trill any song you want to sing, really, and without hurting yourself. So if you want to sing a song that's higher than you typically feel comfortable singing, try lip trilling it, and that might help you access your head voice a bit better. Lip trill it and then sing it from the same spot you felt the lip trill. So when we talk about focusing the airflow and making this strengthened or stronger feeling, I want to first preface this by saying it's going to sound more classical to do this, okay? So if you're not interested in singing classically, that's okay, but I think this is really important to know how to do. First of all, it's just amazing to know that your body can do it, but two, understanding how to do this translates to learning how to do mixed voice and any other kind of voice or color or texture or timbre that you want for your singing down the road. So learning how to strengthen your head voice is going to come in handy. It's going to give you a better fuller, broader sense of what your instrument is capable of. So let's talk classical for a minute. When we are singing higher, we are not trying to sing with maximum amounts of airflow. We don't need more quantity of air. We need more focused airflow, more energized airflow. So we do need an engaged breath support. We need that air flowing. We need that strong exhale, but we don't need as much air as we do lower in our range. We need it to be more focused and more excited. So singing with surprise or excitement is a really easy way to sing with more focused airflow, and that will give you more of a classical sound. So let me show you some example of this. So first example is that breathy pop style of singing, and you hear it a lot. You hear, please, 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 don't prove I'm right. It's got that breath to it. She's in her head voice right here. Notice as I'm speaking how much excess airflow is coming out of my mouth other than the note that I'm speaking on. There's a lot of air flowing versus a more focused sound, which is more classical singing, like, there you go, gotta throw my German in there. So that said, some singers that sing a lot in head voice, some famous songs and famous singers. One of the most famous right now, Sabrina Carpenter, sings a lot in her head voice. Taylor Swift, for some of her songs, some of her, like, I think Evermore and Folklore, those albums especially, really lots of head voice in those. As well as Sarah McLachlan, in the arms of an angel, fly away from here, something like that. I can't remember the lyrics. And then Enya, that's another one. Sail away, sail away. Okay, so you get the point. So the breathier the sound, the breathier the head voice, it's more inclined towards pop, and more focused the head voice, the more inclined towards classical it is. So do with that what you will, but there's a whole variety of colors and textures of head voice that I haven't even covered in this video, but I wanted to at least give you a solid 101 foundation for this. So hopefully this helps. If you have more questions, drop them in the comments below. I'm happy to make videos for you on those topics. And if you have a question about your specific case, you can join me on a YouTube live stream coming up this August 8th at 12 p.m. Pacific and 3 p.m. Eastern. Or sign up for a voice lesson down below, or check out some of my singing courses down below. There's so many resources available to you. If you want help for your specific situation, voice lessons cannot be beat. That is one of the easiest ways to heighten your skill level and also accelerate your learning. So if you want some additional help, check out my website down below for lessons, or check out your local listings for voice lessons. Support local. That said, thank you so much for being here. Subscribe if you haven't. I post videos every Friday, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Happy singing!